We're at the Fredericksburg Museum in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and this is an exhibition on decorative arts in the Rappahannock River region. One of the most astonishing collections of stuff presented so well, so effectively that one has ever seen. This is actually a portrait of a builder named Henry Willis who worked in this region in the 1730s, and you will almost never find early American portraits. They don't know who the artist is, but showing architectural drawings and gosh, there are all kinds of things in this exhibit. A lot of research, there wasn't much known about the South and Southern furniture until 20, 30 years ago. And people like Sumter Pretty and the Colonial Williamsburg and John Prown and others, Ron Hurst at CW, have really opened up this area of scholarship, and so much has been learned in 20 years. Here is work by Robert Walker, who was a Fredericksburg cabinet maker. This is actually a portrait of Robert William Walker, and it talks about this family. And then, you know, we're looking at all the different aspects of material culture and the arts, what was produced in this region, iron, firearms, and then as we arch around here, it's just a discussion of the trade of cabinet making. And again, they've got all this wonderful documented work. I mean, this is a dressing table that was made in the Rappahannock River region. And then this chair here, also attributed to James Allen from about 1730. And more work by Fredericksburg cabinet makers, which we can see here. And then this interesting tradition in stonework, what they call aqueous stone. And you see it in lintels. It's a kind of sandstone that was used to decorate architectural features and to make gravestones in the region. But this really modest exhibit contains amazing stuff. One of the most remarkable parts of it is this profile on a plantation house known as Mansfield. This was all that survived. It was just an appendage or wing of it that survived into the age of photography. But this is what it looked like. And they've got all this incredible documentation from the probate inventories that show, you know, the value and cost of some of the things that were owned in the house. And then never seen anything like this. These little glass baskets imported from England were the provenance from that house from about 1750. Again, more on different cabinet makers. And then I love this section on vernacular, the vernacular tradition. Most of what you see in museums is kind of how rich people live, but this is, not that these were poor people, but this is kind of more modest, the middling sort, as I call them. And you know, things like this slapback chair aren't often well documented, but we're learning more and more about how early America functioned, how people thought, what they cared about, what they owned, how they lived. It's really, really cool stuff. And again, all this work, this is Robert Walker was a clockmaker in Fredericksburg, and this is an example of his work. And again, somebody named John Wiedemeyer, who set up shop about 1810 in Fredericksburg, and you know, all this fascinating stuff about clocks, clockmaking, watchmaking, watch repair. Just an extraordinary exhibit about printing. And then as we move into the classical period, things that were imported and the practice of silversmithing. And this is a portrait of John Bird Hall. And, you know, it's just ending with the Victorian period and showing really what Fredericksburg was hit harder than any southern city in the Civil War. Almost wiped off the face of the earth. It was invaded several times. There were bombardments. And so it is astonishing that we even have any facet of this story to tell.